Hello. Now, hello from Tom's Treasures nursery. I'll try and speak louder. I must admit I do have a tendency to speak softly and mumble, and I'm trying not to do that. So that's good practice for me. Anyway, we've got Bear, little Bear. This is Charlotte. This is a Beatrice, and these are obviously vinyl. This little lady has come to see us. Hello, she says, and she's my friend, and she's come for an overnight sleep, and we're going out tomorrow. And so obviously she sat away from them, being silicon, and but she's come for a sleepover, and you lot had better be nice to her. Okay, this is Harper. Her name's Harper Ray, and she's absolutely beautiful, aren't you, darling? Anyway, we're going to have a story time. And I don't know if you can see her that well. Let's turn her head. There you are. That's Harper Ray. We're going to read a story, a bedtime story. And it is called Slinky Malinky Cat Flaps. I'm not quite sure. Never read the story before, so let's hope we like it. I know we're not having Peter Rabbit again. We had him last night. Okay. The house was asleep. It was silent and still, with flickering shadows on ceiling and sill. Slinky Malinky was cosy and snug, curled in a ball on the raggedy rug. There we are. He opened an eye, inspected his toes, and washed from his tail to the tip of his nose. He wiped round an ear with a delicate paw, and stretched as he silently slipped through the door. Looks like our cat, isn't it? All slinky and slender. Skin. Whiskers all twitching and eyes shining bright, he squeezed through his cat flap and met into the night. He prowled round the garden and smelt every smell, from the rambling rose to the snail in its shell. Then, with a curious questioning call, he sprang to the top of the tumble-down wall. Purr-ow, he called. I see that one, that's a funny purr. Out of a bush at the end of the wall came two creeping shadows, one big and one small. Slipping and slithering, slumbering down, were Grey Wackle Jones and Butterball Brown. Okay. Next to the hole by the tunnel house door, furtively lurking, were two shadows more. Up through the leaves of the five-finger tree climbed Pimpernel Pew and Mushroom McGee. Can you see all the pictures? Okay. It's bedtime soon for you. So, from nooks and from crannies, from mischief and game, from every corner and crevice, they came. They sat in the moonlight's silvery glow, hobnobbing happily, 10 in a row. Then, all at once, came an earth-splitting sound of a caterwaul symphony echoing round. Brow, yow, brow, yow. I can't do the sounds very well. Yow, pitter-pit, pitter-pit, wow, yow. They sound bad, because I sound bad. It woke all the neighbours from windows and door, came bellowing shouts and a furious roar. Shh, they all said, what a racket bunch. Stop that commotion and go home at once. With a grumbling growl and a scuttle of paw, off and away galloped Scarface Claw, and down from the wall with a hiss and a spit went Slinky Malinky, lickety-split. The others all followed until they were 9, trotting behind in a tail-waving line. Whiskers all twitching and eyes shining bright, they squeezed through the cat flap and out of the night. The house was asleep. It was silent and still, with flickering shadows on ceilings and sill. Slinky Malinky was cosy and snug with all of his friends on the raggedy rug. They sat in the firelight's welcoming glow and hobnobbing happily 10 in a row. There we are. That's a quick story, and I think it's a very good story. Now, who's ready? Who's ready for a bottle? Who wants the bottle? Okay, who's first? You want them? Come on then, Beatrice. You have yours, and then you can go to bed. Okay. Right. Well, just turn around so people can see you. And let's have a look. Let's take this dummy out. Okay. Right, you're only having a small one because you don't need one otherwise, do you? Okay, there we are. There we are. Okay, I hoped it was a little bit better this time around, and we're just feeding this little one, and we're going to feed her, only having a few ounces, a couple of ounces, and then we are going to then feed Bear. My mind goes complete blank. Do you want to drink? Do you want to drink? We'll see then. I'll make you a bottle and we'll see. Anyway, Beatrice seems to be enjoying it. She's getting sleepy already. Yeah, it's really good. I suppose it don't help that I'm rocking her. Yes. I'm going to set the competition up maybe tomorrow for the giveaway. And it should be fun. Because you're going to have to guess how many things are in it, something. And it's not an easy one. You don't have to get it spot on. As long as you don't go over the number, it's okay. It's the nearest one, but don't go over the number. So like, let's say there's 400 and you say 401 and somebody says 388. The person with 388 wins because you went over. It's a bit like 21 and bust. You know, this card game. If you go over 21, you've bust. So basically, it's the same thing. If you go over the amount, you lose. You can try as many times as you like, and if the number that you've picked has been taken, I will let you know so you can pick another number. There will only be one winner. You all right now? You had enough? We're getting there, aren't we? Hey, right. Give you a little burping just in case you've got any wind. Oh, I'm losing my top. Oh, dear. It's been a strange old day today. I don't know about anybody else, how your day's gone, but it's been strange. So, not really got a lot done. But we're off out tomorrow, and it should be good, shouldn't it, eh? You're smiling. You got wind. You're not bringing anything up yet, lass. Okay. I think you're all right, aren't you? You're just your normal smiley self, which you always are, and you very, very rarely have wind, because you don't gobble things down, do you? Okay. Right, I'm just going to put her into bed. And let's get... Oh, dear me. Creep. Right, you're in bed. Okay. And the next one. And we've got... Come on, mister. Oh, you're deciding to go everywhere, are you? You're a Flopsy. You're a Flopsy. Eh? You are beautiful. My little cuddly bear. Okay, can we have your dummy? This little man does not have a magnet, so I just use his dummy by sticking it with a little bit of something. And up to yet it's worked well, and it hasn't caused him any problems, has it? Okay. Right. Little Bear is my Ashton Drake. Beatrice is a reborn. And he's a reborn because I reborned him because I didn't like his, didn't like him very much because I couldn't do anything with him. I couldn't pose him, I couldn't get his legs or head to move. And no wonder, because the actual body that he was in, it was stitched. It got the zip ties, but it also was stitched. Then you got the armatures, and I didn't like the armatures. So I'm afraid it just put me off him. He weren't cuddly at all. Anyway, he's now been done. Took a little bit of his stuffing out. He's now absolutely perfect. And, you know, I've actually ended up bonding with him. And he's gorgeous. And it doesn't matter, is it, that you're an Ashton Drake? No, because we love you. You're my little bear. He's been all sorts of names. Because, although he's the Benjamin school, and I like Benjamin, but I don't like naming them after the school's name. I like to do something different. And so that's why I ended up calling him Noah. But I like the name Noah, but somehow it just didn't sit right. So, and then I was just cuddling him one day and I thought, what are teddy bears? Cuddly. So I called you Little Bear, didn't we? And it's perfect for you. Absolutely perfect. Yes, it is. It is. You're such a good boy. Okay, we're nearly done. You're drinking well. You're not guzzling it though, so hopefully you won't have too much wind and we won't have too many cries. Okay, here we are. That's good. Right. Okay, shall we just try and see if you've got some? He's the only one I've got at this moment in time that has hair, and I like boldies. They don't bother me. I like them. But his hair, I had to cut it at one point because it is a curly one, and he's got this little bit on top which I love. But yeah, he's lovely. He's really lovely. But he was getting matted and even after trying to comb it. So here we go. There we are.